Oh, Tina's here.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I'm delighted to see you all here. I'm Ed Avis. I'm the Executive Director of the NCA. Want to thank you all for joining us today. We had a wonderful day yesterday with lots going on, and we've got an action-packed day today too. I want to remind you that if you want to change the view on your screen, if you don't want to see the speaker really big all the time, you can click the little view tab at the top right of your screen and change it to gallery. And then you'll see all the individual pictures instead of just the speaker. When we have a panel discussion, I will put the spotlight on the panelists, and that's what you will see. Today's schedule includes this coffee hour, which will have a slideshow of a bunch of great old NCA pictures. And then at 11 Central, we'll have a panel discussion about selling unconventional into unconventional markets. Then at noon, we'll have a panel on selling retail non-costume items. And then we'll end the day with a fancy hat ball. So your login that you have now will work all day. And you can come and go if you want, of course. Just log back in with the same number and we'll get you back in. All right, and now I'd like to introduce Pam Markle, who is going to welcome you all. Pam is the Vice President of the NCA and the owner of Elusive Skull Costume Castle in Fairmont, West Virginia. Pam, can you say a few words?
Sure. I think I introduced myself yesterday. My store does, for those who don't know me, has a weird name. And just for a little history, we were a haunted house way long before we started a costume shop. And we kind of kept that name and just added Costume Castle to it because it was our domain name and people knew us by that. We basically did a lot of retail. Our specialty was theatrical makeup. We rented costumes, and probably in the last 10 years, we've gotten into theater. And I must say, I went into it kicking and screaming because I did not have a theater background. And my wonderful employees kind of walked me through it or coddled me through it, whichever. We are closing because of our age, not because of COVID, and going to start a new chapter of our life. So today, I'm excited to see all the NCA highlights, but those of you who we haven't met before, if you don't mind, just for the coffee hour at least, showing us your face so we can put a name with a face, we'd appreciate it. If you don't want to, that's fine. But we hope you enjoy what Ed's prepared, and we hope you learn a lot today. Yesterday was great, and I know I made a lot of new friends. It's all yours, Ed.
All right, thank you very much, Pam. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen, and what I'm gonna show is a slideshow of some NCA history. And these slides are not in any particular order. I've got all sorts of slides, and I wanted to kind of organize them in some fashion, but I really felt like in the end it would be really fun for everyone to see kind of a mix of slides. And I know that the slides in the last 20 years, you will recognize a lot more people than the really old ones. So I've put a little bit more emphasis on the more recent slides. I'm just gonna change one thing here. Okay, can everybody see the slideshow now?
Yep.
Great. And is it big? Is it like a big, you can see it clearly?
Yep.
Great.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So as I go through this, many of you will recognize a lot more people than I do. So feel free to make comments. I don't think any of you recognize these people though, huh? These were the
Hey,
founders.
Wayne, I don't recognize anybody. I'm sorry, I love you.
This was
I'm
from
getting old
19,
too. You
this
know,
was-
I'm getting old.
this was from 1923, back in the day. And here's also some very early photos. I've got a big collection of old costumer magazines, and that's what both of these are from. But the one on the right there, you can see it has a little picture at the top of the first convention, which was kind of cool to see.
1934.
All right, now here's some more recent photos.
That was our last convention.
Yeah.
Rocky.
That
Dan.
was, Rocky was there.
Oh, Ken and Ken.
Yeah,
Right,
Rachel and Dan.
And Rachel.
Yes.
Rachel,
Oh,
Dan Pugh.
Dan.
that was outside of Caulfield's. We went to tour Caulfield's. That was Louisville.
Yeah,
Ah, our porpoises. And look
these-
who's in the center.
We like that.
And these people thought they could be synchronized.
Mhm.
This was in Branson, right? I think this was in Branson, Missouri.
No.
I'm not sure. The first year we did it was in Las Vegas. We did it every year after.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, Cindy Cantonese is on that bottom left picture, isn't she?
Yes. Mhm.
Where do you think this is? I don't know. Gail, that's Galbraith on the right.
Let's put it over here.
That's Joy Galbraith and her mom and dad on the left, upper.
And
There's
Elizabeth.
Tina's there.
And Lorraine right beside me.
Oh, yeah, there's Lorraine, yeah.
And then,
Oh, Judy's in the middle.
yeah, Judy.
Can tell by her polka dots.
Yes. You think I'm strange with hats? She was strange with clothes.
Were any of you at the
Oh.
1998 convention?
Where was it?
I was Vegas, wasn't it?
Was it? I remember these outfits. I remember that.
Or maybe not. Maybe it was 97. I was
Pittsburgh,
there.
maybe.
It was what?
Pittsburgh, maybe.
I'm gonna get a book.
Oh, this was our last convention.
Well, there's Luella looking swell.
Now what, you have to
Oh.
tell the newbie.
That was Atlanta.
Terry.
Our wonderful auctions.
Oh, then he jumps back to 73. You're right, these aren't in any order.
Yeah, I'm intentionally jumping around because
Making us think.
I wanted to make sure that we got some old ones in here, but I knew that the newer ones you'd find it more interesting because you know the people, but I wanted to share some of these older ones too. So for a while, at least in my collection, the publication was more like a newsletter than a magazine.
Don't move that yet. Do you realize that was presented to Mark and Maxine Beige from Ruby's Costumes? The Grand
Oh.
International Trophy? Do you see that?
Really?
Wow.
Wow, how about that?
Wow. 1973.
I don't think Ruby's came after that, did they? I wonder.
Yeah, Ruby's started out as a rental house because when I was teaching high school, we rented shows from them
Oh,
and
Really?
they shipped, and then they
Let me
started
see your thing again.
the wholesale division after that.
Oh,
That's from the spring fling.
oh, Barbara and Andy. And Nancy and Merlin
Fox.
and Tina.
Yeah.
That was when we
Tina
had
did the Spring fling.
Pajama thing at the spring fling.
Oh, there you go. Free hugs. Rocky was giving free hugs. He did that every time at a convention. He loved to do it.
Oh, Jack and Andy.
Yeah, Jack and Andy Anderson.
Dwayne, look, here's your costume. Pretty lady
Where?
at the bottom right.
Oh,
Ariel Ibsen.
oh, that's your daughter.
That's your
Oh,
daughter.
yeah.
And then there's Terry Greenberg's son.
Oh, yeah, as a phantom. Okay, can we remember where this was?
Mm-mm.
Well, those look like my things hanging there, but I didn't remember that.
So you can see that Jane Powell was the convention host. So what?
Oh,
that's
Atlanta.
right.
This was Eddie's Trick Shop.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are Tabby's Elvis's.
Right.
Well, I still have some for sale.
Gosh.
Oh, yeah. This convention was, let me think, Vegas? No.
No, this was,
That it was
Oh,
all,
that's Judy.
huh?
I think that's Judy in that costume.
On the one on the right. I mean, the left picture, but the person with
This
the
is-
big horns.
this was that Cleopatra party in Atlanta.
Oh, was it?
Uh-huh. And the up in the right, that was Marilyn Wicks showing us her Broadway collection.
Oh, yes, I remember that. She was offering us everything.
Right, right,
Everything. Just give me your customer list.
right, right.
Oh, and there's, and there's Judy in striped, red and white striped pants. There's Galbraith. I think. No, that isn't.
Yeah,
Is that?
yeah, Joy and Elizabeth.
And Lorraine's on the left.
Who's on the left?
Lorraine.
Oh, yeah, that's Lorraine. Sorry.
You guys are good. I don't recognize anyone.
And that's Judy again on the right there, but the left-hand person in there. I don't know where this was.
That wasn't that the student, the students that came in?
To one of the conventions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Because there's Linda in the back reading.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, so she must have been president. She's not on this.
No, she's always done the student thing.
Oh, okay, okay. She's not on this this morning yet, is she?
She's not on yet. You're right.
Oh, okay. But I see Debbie Meredith in the audience. Ken and Ken in the middle.
Yeah, there's Ken and Ken.
That's Gary and Glenn down at the bottom on the right with JD and
Debbie
Lori
Lynn.
and Debbie Lynn, yeah. Does anybody know who's up in the left-hand corner?
Mm-mm.
How about the right-hand picture top? Anybody? It looks like Ken and
Linda
Ken.
and Merlin.
Huh?
Linda and Merlin are up there in the back.
And is that, Ferrari? Is that Ferrari's? Oh, what is her name?
B.
B.
Yeah.
In the purple?
Oh, yes, it is. Yes, when I look at her, yeah. That's what it looks like. Oh, we used to have wonderful markets.
Oh, the shopping. You have to beat Luella to the table.
Oh my God, yes, you did. You could have beat me in the room, but you couldn't. I used to go in the room the night before. Glenn and I used to run for that door.
Shame on you.
Yeah, right. And there's Junk for Joy. That's the one on the left here.
Yeah.
That's his table.
Seabrook.
Junk for Joy. He really had Junk for Joy. Did you, any of you buy a lot of his stuff? It was wonderful
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
and useless.
Ah,
Some of it, you know. Oh, this is an old one.
You were jumping back a little bit.
Depends on
Yeah,
what-
1970.
Depends on what treasure you were looking for.
Right. I still have some of his stuff. It's for sale.
This is much more recent, 2017.
Oh, this was the convention in Columbus.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's the
That's Debbie,
Michelin Man.
not Debbie, Wendy.
Yeah.
yeah,
costume.
Wendy.
She makes
Yeah,
the,
Wendy.
she makes the Michelin Man.
Right.
Huh.
There's
That
Wendy
was
in
the-
the bottom middle.
Yeah. Yes, she-
That was a great tour of her factory too.
Yes. Oh, and this is the
You want me to back up?
the costume on the left bottom. She transformed that dress into a
Oh.
dress. Do you remember that?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was really cool when she did that. '98.
This was the anniversary. Those are my costumes
On the right.
on the right. Yeah.
Oh,
And Jim Miller was doing the magazine at that time and wanted that picture. So I just happened to have a photographer down the street who came up and we put that together.
very
They're
nice.
beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah, looks great.
That I had the one on the right, that was beaded in India. And so was the one on the left. Both of those were.
Wow.
You know,
This
there's somebody named Jim Miller on the call this morning.
Yeah, he was the one that was editor, wasn't
Yeah.
he?
Jim,
Yeah, he was there yesterday too.
Jim, if
because
you
he-
are listening and this is the same Jim Miller we're talking about, say hello.
Yes, he said something in chat.
Oh, did he?
He's in Cedar Rapids, Iowa now.
Okay.
Is that where he is? Yeah,
Uh-huh. He's a curator of a museum.
really?
Yeah.
That would be fascinating. I would love to do that. Do you think I could do that in my next life?
You're allowed to wear hats.
Or do you think I could do it when I grow up?
But listen, guys, Jim Miller, this is the right Jim Miller, and he wrote a chat to us all. He said, "My favorite cover. Thank you, Dwayne." He said, "I'm on a call, but I'm watching all these images." So it is him. And you guys, I thought this was funny over here that they posed in like the wind was blowing on the pictures on the left over here. That's Gary and Glenn over here.
And they walked around like that most of the opening night party, sideways. It was kind of funny.
Was this 98? Was this in Orlando?
Yeah, see what it says up here? NCA Weathers Hurricane Herb in Orlando.
Oh. So was this, I'm trying to think if I went to that or I was having a child or somebody was getting married. My family was under orders in July. You cannot get married. You cannot have a baby. You cannot do any of this because I want to go to every convention. But I think I missed this one. Wasn't it Jack and Andy that ran it?
Yes, it was.
I missed this one then. I went to the Tampa one that was
Were you
run
there?
by,
Fucking Andy.
So here's 1984.
oh, look at,
What was the earliest convention that any of you attended?
98.
I think mine was
98.
99.
Ours was Washington DC, and I don't know what year that was.
About 75.
75, wow.
I think I can't remember. I was at this convention because in the right-hand corner was Trosclair. What's her name? Margaret Trosclair's costume.
The one in the right-hand corner, that big one on the second page there. Or was it
Yeah, right.
On the right.
on the
Mhm.
right?
Yes, and she brought it to the convention in the back of a pickup because there wasn't any way to get it there, which was sort of cheating, but it was okay.
So didn't we finally make rules, though? It had to fit in the door.
Oh, yeah, but that was made a long time before because people used to make huge wired costumes. that
Yes, that
couldn't come in.
required,
Yeah.
10-foot ceilings or more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know whose shop we're in.
No, but they have a Ruby's costume and a Tabby's costume there.
Yes, they do. We know what kind of costume it is. Who's holding it?
I don't know.
I don't know. Oh, there you are, Dwayne. You're the next.
There we are.
Yes.
Yes, beautiful.
I remember this one.
That costume was made for La Traviata, the garden scene.
That's beautiful.
Beautiful costume. But I actually like, I can't think of her first name. Sherry?
Sherry.
Yeah, I like hers. I love her hat.
All right. Anyone at the 1950 convention?
Oh my gosh.
1950. How old was I? 3?
Nice costumes though, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no offense to the 1950s, they certainly got more elaborate as we went on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The costumes really got elaborate, I think.
But so did the fabrics and the trims and,
Yeah, that could be the whole reason.
Sewing machines.
yes.
Yeah, I did not include any of the blackface minstrel stuff from the 20s and 30s. I thought that would not go over real well.
Yeah.
This was a little brochure that I found that has the NCA creed on it.
Well, that should be on the website too.
Yeah, probably.
It should, yeah. We're supposed to honor that creed. Everything should be good, clean stock, and really.
Good idea.
Yeah. I will make a note of that.
Oh, Morris's cruise in '94. I wasn't in the NCA. Oh no, I didn't go.
Oh, that was a great cruise.
Is that the one you went to? No.
Yeah, we went to Alaska
Alaska. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
and then we ended up at the convention in Portland.
That's it. I knew you. Okay. I didn't go to that. I went to the convention though. Yeah, I heard he threw great cruises.
He did.
That's when we
So
flew
Morris would throw a
Isn't it?
cruise every
back
year.
to Greece.
Not every year. Yeah.
Customers went.
Hmm?
God, we had fun.
Arlene said she was on that cruise.
They didn't know us.
Wow. That is cool.
Yeah.
So we
That
should
was
talk to
interesting.
Morris and tell him to throw us a cruise now.
Mm.
They tried to do it in later years, didn't they? And nobody was going for it. That would have been great.
But the cruise wasn't the convention. The cruise was just an add-on.
I know,
Oh.
that's what I'm saying. That'd be fun.
Convention was in Portland. That was a
Think
good
that-
question too.
That was Phil Morris's idea, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, how funny.
This is how they look out of water. Scary. Isn't it?
Some more porpoises.
This is, they can do it so well out of water. See? There's Tina. They used to raise money.
Yeah, we
Who's
raised
in the
more money
yellow
for the
costume
NCA
there?
than a lot of stuff did.
I think that's either Glenn, I think that's Glenn, isn't it?
No, but that was somebody who was collecting money after the performance. They
Oh,
Oh,
always had somebody dress up in something really funny and collect money.
the best one was out in California when somebody dressed as
The shark, was
no,
it shark? No, what was-
I would not Nemo or not that. A king from the ocean.
Oh, yeah.
Neptune.
this is 2017 again. March
Would be
1st.
what it's called.
Debbie Meredith.
Julie?
We could hit decline.
Don't do that. They'll leave a message.
Hmm.
They'll leave a message.
Anderson Costume Company.
Oh, yeah.
Last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was last year.
This was so cool. The dress on the left.
Yeah.
That was
Wow.
my designer's. She went with it. She loves
Wow.
to paint. So
That's
she's
beautiful.
amazing.
Nice.
Those were painted. That was painted on
Wow.
there.
She painted it on the ugly fabric that we got.
This was
Wow.
the creative costume show. Creative costume show? Or
Yes.
Wow.
you got everybody got the same box. I think I got a different box. It didn't have any drugs in it because, you know, I needed the drugs that came with that costume, that material.
It was a challenge.
All right, this is 2001. You recognize anybody here?
Yeah, right in the middle is Kathy and Stan, and I think they're on. And I think they're with Pansy and Ken.
There's a good chance.
Yeah.
And who else is on there? Who's the second picture at the top?
Second at the top. Hmm.
I don't recognize.
They look like the Indians,
Yes,
dressed like Indians.
Kathy might know.
Uh,
Mm,
how about the couple from Arizona?
Oh, yeah. Could be.
I can't think of their
Wow.
name.
I can't think of their names either.
Lowndes? Stan says Lowndes.
Oh, the Lowndes?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's,
How about at the bottom? Isn't that Sylvia all the way at the
Yes.
bottom right? From
Bottom right, Sylvia from England.
Yes.
That poor woman got stuck in a book room with my husband helping her. She was never the same.
Yes. I sent Rocky to the book room too.
Most people that spend time with your husband are never the same.
No, they're not.
Yeah, well, we'll do that. Yeah.
So how many of you were at this 1987 convention in LA?
No,
No.
80, what year?
87.
in LA.
I think I was there.
I think we were there. That's when our dog was stolen
Oh,
Yeah, I'll get that to you.
That-
out of our hotel room.
Oh, my God.
Really?
Yeah, the maid must have left the door open or else she took it. I don't know which.
Did you ever get it back?
No.
Oh,
Wow.
my God.
No, we followed her all the way up to Los Angeles and we went out with the police to where she lived. And here she had left the day our dog was stolen, she had left the apartment up there without paying and stole a chair, and she did
No,
not.
all that was left was a chair.
No, she stole a chair,
Uh,
and she didn't have a little dog, so we knew it was. But her last address was General Delivery, San Diego.
Wow,
So we gave up.
poor dog.
Yeah.
Our girls cried and cried for weeks.
Like
The
that.
police, yeah, the police said, well, she probably saw, she probably had a sob story for somebody saying that she had to move and she couldn't take her dog, and she probably sold it right away. So,
Yeah,
That
it was really strange because we were in that hotel circle thing, and Stan went around to all the hotels seeing if he could find something. And finally, the one girl at the one hotel, she said, well, I'm not allowed to tell you, but I'm going to turn this book around and see if you recognize any names, maybe. And here,
that started our quest, and yeah, we chased all over, and but when the police saw that she's
was a thief.
her address was just General Delivery, then they said all you could do is go sit in the post office and wait for her to come pick up her mail.
Oh.
And
This,
So that
Dwayne,
was
you're
a-
in this picture here, Dwayne. You see that?
yeah, that was in Los Angeles, and that was the movies party or something. And
Uh-huh.
this was the convention that the other half of the hotel was having a convention for the blind.
Oh,
And so everybody had a little white stick, and
Jeez.
they were everywhere. They were like twice as big as we were. So it was a very unusual atmosphere.
There's Phil and Amy Morris at the bottom,
right.
bottom right.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, now I think we all need to sing There's Something About the NCA together, huh?
the official song.
Do any of you remember this song?
No.
I've heard it. Don't
I
remember.
heard it, but I don't remember the tunes to it.
It's the tune of There's Something About a Hometown Band. I don't know what that tune is either.
Before our time.
Yeah.
So this
Does
is
that have a year?
Oh, Don Post.
Oh, that's right. Portland was aliens,
Oh, yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah.
what was the
Portland?
story behind that? Why was
Oh, that
Portland?
was a opening night, I think.
Huh.
So that was the theme of the party. Alien.
Who's Don Post?
He made masks.
Oh, yeah. I have a signed
Yeah.
poster.
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Tor Johnson, that wrestler, one
Yeah.
of his
Yes.
characters.
And the old dragon egg. He created that too. The little dragon popping out of the egg. It wasn't a mask, but it was a cool decor item.
Yeah. Don posted
That-
a lot. Yeah.
That was the year that our daughter ended up having her baby early, and we left the convention, flew home, and then saw the baby, and then we flew back out
Wow.
You're
to
kidding.
finish the convention. No, yeah, because Kenneth and Pansy were still there, and the convention was still going on, so we flew back out. Dan was sitting beside this lady in the airplane, and he asked if this is your first grandchild, and he said, no, it's our third. She says, oh, you never go home for your third grandchild, only your first one. Dan said, it's too late. We're
Right
on our
now.
way.
That's you there, Gene, doing the makeup, huh?
Yeah.
Who's this person with the gold?
That is Biloxi, isn't it?
That's Locklear.
Who is it?
Locklear. It's Josette's daughter-in-law.
Yes. It's Biloxi,
Oh.
Mississippi. right?
Jacob and Crystal is
Yes, Jacob and, is it Crystal? I don't know.
Jacob and
I'm friends with her on Facebook and I can't think of her name.
Yeah, Jacob is right, I know.
She's not in the business either anymore.
Oh, Terry.
Yeah,
And Ann.
We're going on some kind of tour.
yep, we're on a bus.
Yeah, we're on a bus again.
This is 2011,
2011,
10 years ago.
that picture on a bus.
The best bus was in Nashville. Remember when that bus got stuck?
In Nashville.
And Phil Morris was standing out in the middle of a busy road directing traffic because the bus that this woman was driving, our bus, she got it stuck. She was trying to turn it around and she got
On a
it stuck
curve.
and she was stuck in the middle of the road. Oh my God.
Yeah, she pulled into like a 7-Eleven and there was enough of a hump that hung her up there.
Oh my God.
2006,
That's cute.
2005,
Lynn and Gary.
Rufus.
Were we in
How could we
Vegas in
forget
5?
Rufus?
Were
yeah,
we,
I think this was Vegas.
Yeah, that was,
they came in bathing suits with boobs.
Oh,
Here's 20 years before, 86.
oh yeah. That's Sharon
I
Lilly
remember that.
from Charleston. And that's
We had that.
Randy.
yeah.
Randy from Stagecraft, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, isn't that
Yeah.
amazing? This one with the gorilla, that is like something you see nowadays that's like people think is new.
It's a big
he's the
deal,
one
yeah.
that
Doing it
started
back
that.
then.
Yeah, that was so good.
That was great.
Yeah. Stagecraft made great things, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yes.
mhm.
2015 is here.
Do makeup again.
Oh, and here's our porpoises again.
Oh my God, okay, Judy on the left bottom, she came as a carnival prize. So everything on her dress is something you get from a carnival winning a game.
And where was this one?
This was Eddie's, so it was Atlanta.
Yeah, it was Atlanta.
They had a great opening night party, all kinds of carnival things, popcorn.
And Dwayne, this is you up here.
Yeah.
In his time.
And this is Easley. Easley's in the
That's not one.
green shirt from Arizona.
Yeah, Herb.
Herb Easley, yeah. I don't know what the theme, what was the theme? Southern Belle? I think so.
And who's this with the cotton candy over on the right?
I'm gonna say she worked for Eddie's.
All right.
I don't recognize her. I don't.
This is our last conference.
Yeah.
There's Tyler.
Has anybody heard from Tyler?
I have not heard from Tyler. There's Pam. There's Dwayne.
Hiding.
This was New Orleans last year.
Mhm.
Maryland.
Does anyone know where Addison Lee is? He's not at West Bay anymore.
Judy.
That's a good picture.
So this must have been.
She should be the NCA cover girl.
Who is that, Pam?
Judy.
Judy Smith.
Judy
Ye-
Smith from Rose's Costumes in Texas.
Uh-huh.
She
At
no
some
longer-
point, Lorraine Brown needs to share pictures of her store so all the
my
new NCA members can see the creativeness of this woman.
She's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Dress.
She only wears
dressing-
glasses like that. She has, I don't know how many pairs. She has them to match every outfit. She has, it's always the big glasses.
I went thrift shopping with her. Wow, that was fun. I don't know what town we were in, but we went thrift shopping.
All right, folks, that is the end of the tour.
Thank you, Ed.
You're welcome.
Thank
Yes,
you.
thank you. It was good to see them all.
Mhm.
So we've got 19 minutes. Is there anyone who didn't introduce him or herself yesterday that would like to say hello?
I think we have some new people on too today.
I don't know. Where are we?
I know David tried yesterday, but his speaker wasn't working. Maybe he'd like to introduce himself today.
David, do you want to try again today?
He's not there yet.
Yeah, all right. How about Tim Pearson? All right. Kathy Sprague. Do you want to say hello, Kathy?
Hello.
Hi.
Yesterday I was dodging between this and another forum for the game industry
Uh-huh.
because we have essentially 4 stores under one roof.
Wow.
Did you say the game industry?
Yeah, board games
Oh, really?
and role-playing games, Dungeons and Dragons. So we
And-
do the full-line costume, we do comic books, we do games, and then we have a little adult store off to the side.
Nice. And Kathy, do you
So-
find that the customers for games are buying costumes and stuff too, or are they different markets altogether?
People who are playing Vampire the Masquerade, the role-playing game, are buying a lot of Fangs.
Okay.
A lot of them do this live action. It's called LARPing,
Okay.
and so they dress up as their characters.
Nice.
And then we also do the science fiction and comic cons. And I have stopped taking comic books because they weigh a lot. So we take costumes, and we do better with that than we do trying to sell comic books.
Uh-huh. So you have like a pop-up shop at the Comic Cons for costumes.
Yeah, they always have a huge dealer's room, and we usually have the most interesting booth.
Nice.
We build a grid wall display, and then we put the big latex masks up top, and people can see those from just about every row in the hall.
Cool. Cool.
What's the name of your store and where are you located?
Safari Pearl. I'm in Moscow, Idaho. I am in rural Idaho, which is a shipping hole. So we pay a lot to get product here, but we also have 2 major universities within 10 miles of each other, Washington State University and University of Idaho. So we have wheat fields and 30,000 college students with nothing to do.
That's a good recipe for success, huh?
Sounds like a great recipe for success.
Yeah.
So do you have a place that sells skulls in Moscow?
Skulls?
Yeah, live, animal skulls. I swear I ordered from a place called, and I thought, where is Moscow, Idaho?
Oh, Moscow Hide and Fur.
Yes, yes. Oh, you
Yes.
do have it. Okay.
Yeah, no, the owner The owner of Moscow Hide and Fur buys a lot of comic books.
Does he? Does he really?
Wow.
Oh, I bought eyeballs from him and a cougar's eyeballs and
Oh, jeez.
a skull. And
Luella, what did you do with
Great.
Cougar's eyeballs?
gave them to
Yeah,
my
Don't
Washington
ask.
State University's mascot is they are the Cougars. So
Oh,
I would be careful buying eyeballs.
but yeah, everything came through. It was great, whatever I got from them. I gave them to my granddaughter. She collects skulls and body parts.
Oh,
Okay.
I have a weird granddaughter.
hi, Tim. I see you've turned on your video. You want to say hello, Tim? I know we're gonna introduce you in a minute for the panel, but please say hi to the.
Hi, everyone. Sorry I wasn't able to respond when you said my name. I had to grab a quick phone call prior to us getting started. My name is Tim Pearson. I'm in New York City. I'm the showroom manager of Krylon City, New York. And originally I am from Alabama. Yay, Alabama. Southern boy in the big city trying to make it. I've been in New York for about 15 years now. I got my start in theatrical makeup is where I got started, and drag makeup, and I kind of moved into fashion and working with the everyday customer. I'm excited to be with you guys to talk to you, but when I found out about the opportunity to speak with you today, because theatrical is so cool. There's so much aspect to not just the actual makeup side of things, but also to like the whole costuming and the wig making and everything like that. So yeah, I'm excited to be with you today.
Great, thank you. Tim is a panelist on our first panel discussion this morning, so you'll hear more from him in a few minutes. But Tim, I'm curious. So you've been in New York 15 years. Have you been in makeup the whole time, or what's your background?
What's my MO?
Yeah.
So I started doing makeup back when I was in my early 20s. I've been doing makeup more than 20 years now. So I started doing makeup for theatrical makeup, is where I got my start. Living in Alabama, there were only so many options when it came to like makeup artistry. You either had to go to cosmetology school, and your focus in cosmetology is like 2 days. So it's like this much. You don't really learn anything. So I was determined that I was going to make a way for myself in the industry of personal enhancement, one way or another. My parents didn't really support the idea of me becoming a makeup artist. They didn't support the idea of me going into beauty. My mother said that I would stand on my feet until I was well into my 70s, and I would never be able to take a day off. The things that people say to try to discourage their kids from going into something that they don't want them to do. But at the age of 19, and when I had internet access and I could actually get on that, like your dial-up access for everything that make it all that noise. I had researched that makeup artists who worked in the television and film industry who were union were making like really, really good money. And they're working with celebrities and they're working with everyday people, but they're behind the scenes. And that was not something that my family supported, because I would have to move to Florida to try to get an education, and they wanted to keep me in state. So I started learning from a friend who is a hairstylist how to style hair a little bit. And then I also learned how to do makeup, and it became something more about doing drag makeup. And then I became a drag performer in Alabama. And then this little thing called RuPaul's Drag Race came on. And at that time, I was moving to New York, but the producers had approached me about possibly trying to be a part of season 1. But I was like, no, that's not what I want. So I did have a background in makeup already. I was working for MAC Cosmetics in Alabama. Prior to that with Elizabeth Arden Cosmetics. And, the biggest thing about being getting established in the makeup world is like being a good salesperson. you know, being a good salesperson. People can buy makeup anywhere, right? The makeup is great wherever it comes from. And I'll share more about Krylon in a little bit, but the makeup is great no matter where it comes from, but the people come back because of the experience that's created for them. You know, that's what's really important. So I got my start working with more, let's say, more experienced women in life. That's a nicer way to say it, because I was working for Elizabeth Arden. Elizabeth Arden is something that growing up, my mom used and my great grandmother used and my grandmother used. It had been around forever. So it was a good place for me to get started as a makeup artist, as a retail sales artist, and grow. And then I worked at MAC Cosmetics. I started at MAC in Alabama and I moved to New York City working with MAC, which gave me the opportunity to work in fashion, more theater, on Broadway stuff, some shows before they ever even hit Broadway. And then my journey with MAC is just not where I was meant to be any longer. You know, like sometimes you like go down a path and you're like, not really sure if that's the path I'm supposed to go down. And you kind of backtrack, or maybe you take a side off. So I left them in a permanent sense, but still freelanced with them on the side for jobs, and learned more about the brand I work for now, because I had a friend who used to work for Krylon in San Francisco. And she started pulling me in on fashion things. I'd already used some Krylon products in my kit, but during that time I was teaching at a makeup school here in New York City. I was freelancing for Makeup Forever, and they kept talking about a store coming to New York, a Krylon store coming to New York. There were many opportunities that came my way, and I passed them up because I was like, no, Krylon's where I'm supposed to be. I know it's where I'm supposed to be. So here we are.
But Tim, I think the big question is, was your mom right? Have you never had a day off?
You know, it's funny that you say that. Sometimes it takes things in the world to happen to make us stop, look at the things that we're blessed with, and realize the challenges that we're faced. Prior to our current situation, I know a lot of people don't want to talk about COVID, but it is that, you know, it's the reality of where we are in the world. Prior to our current situation, I traveled about 60% of the month. Now, I was a manager of a store in New York City that had a team of 5 people here besides myself. So I had to schedule them. And then I was also doing education outside of the shop. So I would work Monday through Friday and then jump on a plane on Saturday and go to Chicago, or go to Minneapolis, or go to Atlanta. Sometimes I'm going to Brazil, sometimes I'm going to Mexico, sometimes I'm going to India, you know? So it's like, yes, I do get my days off. If you want to kind of think about the fact that there might be a little bit of work included on those days off. But, you know, I had about 3 months off of time to sit and reflect and find the things that I was thankful for in my life and reduce my stress level. One day we will travel again, and I know that's going to happen. But I have a good balance of work life right now. So I'm happy with that. I definitely am. But I love the industry that I'm in. You know, it's really great because you can totally change someone's perspective on life. Sometimes it just takes a new lipstick.
Great. Thanks, Tim. Well, we're very happy that you've joined us this morning, and look forward to hearing more from you in a little bit.
Thank you.
Jim Miller, earlier you noted that you were on a call. Any chance you can say hello this morning? That's all right. All right, we have about 5 minutes before the panel starts.
Hi.
Does anyone
Say
have-
something, Ed.
Oh, Jim Miller is.
This is Jim Miller. Yes,
Hey, all
you have
right.
great timing. So, yes, I see some familiar faces, and all of us look a little older, but that's life. Hi, Gene. Hi, Dwayne, and others. Yes, I was an NCA member for about 12 years, and did the magazine and was on the board. We sold our business and then I moved to Des Moines, and my office and was next door to the theatrical shop for 15 years. So I saw Betty Hill Swander just about every day, and then her daughter Debbie when Betty passed away. But then I moved back to Cedar Rapids about 2 years ago, running a museum. So yeah, I still get my fill of costumes every now and then. And I found myself in Omaha last year at Halloween. So I helped Dwayne and Sherry. I don't think I broke anything, but I sold some stuff. So that was my fill, but I didn't have to talk to any diva high school directors. So that made it great. I was happy to sell stuff, but don't make me talk to the rest of them. So, but yeah, I have great memories of costumes in the NCA and crazy stories that maybe I shouldn't repeat, but it's all good. So,
Jim, what museum do you work for?
We are the National Czech and Slovak Museum and Library. The very quick story is 100 years ago, half the population of Eastern Iowa was Czech or Slovak. It's still about a third, but we did not receive any federal funding, but we're one of 25 national heritage museums. So I'm not the curator, don't want to be the curator, but oversee development and marketing. So it's a good fit. I get my fill of arts and culture, but trying to raise money. It's pretty challenging right now, but it's a good place. So if you're in Cedar Rapids, it's worth your time to stop, we think. So
that's great. But you don't get an opportunity to do anything with costumes or ethnic wear or something?
A little bit. Again, we have curatorial staff that does exhibits in our collection, and we have a large collection of Kroj, which is not a costume, but it's the traditional folk wear that Czech and Slovak people wore, and we have a huge collection of that, and some's on exhibit. And we work with a couple theater groups here they do their shows in our facility, or have, not right now. So yeah, it's good.
Nice.
It's good, but yeah, it's good to see you.
And Jim, what years were you the costumer editor?
I think about it was after Mary Lou Landis retired. I'm gonna say about 97 to about 5 years, and then Doris and Norm. I'm trying to blank at their last name. They I think about 5 years for the magazine and publications. Doris and Norm Ballard. So.
Got it. Great. All right, we've got just 2 minutes before the panel discussion. So if you want to get another cup of coffee or a bathroom break, please do that. We will launch the panel exactly at 11 Central. So that's about 2 minutes.
Can I say something, Ed?
Of course.
This is Tina. I had not met you up to now, and I think you're doing a fabulous job for the NCA. I thank you for letting me join your little Zoom thing here to meet and listen to all of these people. I thank you so much. And like I said, I think the NCA is in great hands.
Well, thank you, Tina. I love doing it, and my wife Kathy, who is also part of the leadership team, is equally excited about it. And thank you, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Tina, we'll have to introduce Ed to spoons.
Oh my God. Yeah. Cut your fingernails.
Don't put-
Okay.
It'll never be the same.
No.
I'm going to put our 3 panelists onto the spotlight so that they can get everyone's attention here. Give me 1 minute while I do that.